So, I want to take a minute to talk about failure, and this is one of the things I failed at in the last few days. So, the reason why this is a failure is because my plan was to build the box, have it be able to roll, be able to pull on this hose as I was vacuuming, and have the whole thing kind of follow me around like you would a normal vacuum. The problem is as you pull on this whole thing comes up and off. And I didn't realize that until I had finished building the entire thing. Now, it doesn't make it a complete failure because I can still take the box, I can still roll the box around as I go, and everything kind of stays together, which is nice. But it's still a failure in a very significant way from what I want it to be. And the other thing that I failed in the last couple of days is, if I'm being honest, it's the first video that I uploaded. I know that I had a lot of support from pretty much everybody, all of my friends and family, and I got a lot of, hey, it was good, but, and that but was the same thing all around. It was the sound. If you go back, if you haven't watched that one, you go and you look at that one, you have to listen to it with your audio cranked up and probably with headphones in order to even think about hearing me. In my eyes, that makes that video a failure. But what I posted, when I realized it and people started mentioning it to me, what I said on Facebook and Instagram and even in the description, I said, look, I realize that the sound is bad. This is how you're going to have to listen to it. And I know that it's bad, but I didn't want that to stop me from uploading. And I think failure can produce fear. And like I talked about in my last video, fear is something that just holds us back from continuing to move forward. Failure shouldn't be that. Failure, I know that I've heard it said many different places, but it's the same sentiment. Failure is just a learning opportunity. It allows us to see one way of doing it wrong. That's something that some of my friends and I talk about when we game. When we do something wrong, we found out one way of not doing it. And we find lots of ways of not doing things before we actually do it the right way. And so I think that's just one of the things that I wanted to talk about today in regards to failures, is that just because you fail doesn't mean you should stop. And that's a big thing for me. I know that there's been a lot of times in my life that I've failed. Whether that's, when I was in high school and I failed, a test, or whether that's at times when I've just felt that I failed at different things, at, being a good brother, being a good son, being a good husband. There are all sorts of times when I know that I failed, when I've seen the failure in my life. And it's always tough. Failure is never easy. At least it hasn't been for me. And changing your mindset to take, to go from failure means that you're a loser and that you're not worth anything, to failure is just one step in the process, can be difficult. I know that there's a lot of people out there that struggle with that mindset, that if they can't be the best in something, then they're just going to quit, because that setback that they have, that failure that they have, is just too much for them. And I want to challenge everybody out there to to just understand that it's one step, it's one moment in time, and I think that there's not anything that we can fail at that we can't recover from. It may take time. It may take weeks or years, to recover from that failure, but we can do it with hard work, with dedication, and probably with failing more. We can come back from it, and it's one of those things that I know that I've had to wrap my head around. But we just need to continue to be moving forward. Failure is not a stopping point. Failure is just a small bump in the road. It's a way that we can take and move in a different direction, or understand the direction that we're supposed to be moving in. And so, as you think about failures that you've had in your life, or maybe that are more recent, whether they're small like my videos or my little woodworking projects, or whether it's something bigger that's in your life, I'd really like you just to understand that you can come back from it. Go to God and thank Him for the grace that He's given us, and move on, move forward, and understand that the failures of our past make us who we are. And I don't want to continue to make mistakes. I don't want to continue to fail, but I know that what I have done in the past has made me who I am today. So as I close out this video, I just wanted to take a moment to just thank everyone for their support and encouragement. The fact is, my first video, like I said before, because of the sound quality, I'm surprised so many of you actually took the time to watch it, and I thank you. I am going to be working on trying to pull the audio from that, put it into a different program, clean it up, make it a little bit louder, and then put it back out. Hopefully I'll be able to do that sometime soon, and I'll re-upload that, just so that if you didn't get a chance to get all the way through it just because you couldn't hear it, that you can, and that I can have a better version of that on my channel. My channel is going to be a lot of different things. I didn't do a build video of this box this morning just because I wanted to get it done, but maybe in the future, some of the other projects that I have going on, I'll be able to film those, and we'll get some of that up on the channel. And yeah, I typically stream Friday and Saturday nights, from starting around 9 o'clock Pacific time to whenever I decide to go to bed. And so if you want to stop out and check that out too, that's on Twitch. I'll leave the link in the description below. If you want to continue to support me, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I look forward to putting out more of these videos. Hopefully they'll continue to get better quality. Just so you know, this video was completely shot on my phone. The previous one was shot on a Canon 5D Mark IV. I'll have that one sometimes because it's my work, but other times I'll just be shooting on my phone. So yeah, thank you again, and see you soon.